Hello children, in this video we will study about different ways of defining a function. So there are basically three ways of defining a function. Here in this video we will study about them by seeing how in the working of the program for various types. So let us see how we will define the function, how we will pass the value to the function, how we will call the function. So by the help of the example you will be able to understand. So watch the video very carefully because there are three different ways and there is a minute difference in each of the way. So let's see the program, how we are going to do the program and use the different ways for defining our functions. So here children, I have already created three programs. In order that my video should not be very long, but I will teach you how to create the program. You will take over here as you see there is an icon written over here. It's visible to you, new class. So when you click on new class, a dialog box will appear over here. In this dialog box, write the name as we have written first. For the first program I have written functions over here, and then press OK. So the class will be created. See over here, suppose I have written anything, any name over here, func func as the name of the function, and I create OK. Then you will be seeing that here a function is displayed here with lines over here. So when we open the function, there are certain documentation written over here. Just clear this documentation that is pre-written and you can write your own program. So I have written the program over here. As you can see, hope it's visible to you. So here first program is program to find factorial of a number which neither receives value nor returning outcome to the caller. Means it is not receiving any value from the main function. Here we have written the main function and it is neither I just make it the size much bigger, font size, so it will be visible more clearly to you. So here it is neither returning any value to the calling function. So here let's see. First of all, since we are taking value directly, we are not entering the value in this program. You can enter the value also with the help of in the main function. So what we have written, we have done, we have made the class with the same name as that of the file name functions. Then we have created the function over here. Function name is fact. Then we have taken the value of n to be 5, and since we have to find the factorial means we have to multiply till the number. So we have taken over here n equals to 5 and f is initially taken as 1. Why we have taken 1? Because we have to multiply the number again and again to find the factorial. Suppose for 5 factorial we have to multiply 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. So in order to find the multiplication, we have taken initially f equals to 1. Do not take f equals to 0, otherwise your whole answer will be 0. Then we have taken looping variable, that is I. So we have declared variable declaration over here. Then we have used the for loop which is running from 1 to n, that is 1 to 5, and finding the factorial by moving again and again, executing the same statement, that is f equals to f into I. So after calculating the factorial, it will print over here factorial of n is f. Then we have the void main function. Here in the void main function we have created the object over here, and remember children that write the comments over here, so it will be easier for you to recognize everything, as I have written over here the comments creating function. So how the function is created? Function name, that is name, we have name of the class is written. What is this? Let's see the syntax of creating the object. So name of the class is functions, see over here. Then object name I have taken ob equals new is used to allocate memory, and then again the class name. Then with the help of object we are calling the function. Here function name is fact over here, so I have written ob.fact, and see here I have told you that it is neither it is neither receiving value, so we are not passing any value over here. So here see, the brackets are empty. Why? Because we are not passing any value, we are just calculating, we are initializing value of n to be 5 and we are just calculating. So see the working now. What is the working of this? So it works like as soon as the program is executed, it moves to the void main function, and in the void main function it creates a object, and with the help of object it calls the function whatever is work is to be done. So when it called ob.fact, we have written over here, so it calls the fact function. It moves to the fact function and find the factorial of 5 and display the value over here. Factorial of 5 is suppose 120, so it will print the value and again it returns over here from where it is called. Suppose any statement is written over here, so it will execute that statement. So in this way our program will work. Let us see when we compile this. See, there is no syntax error. So we have closed this, and when we right click on this, see, and then click on void main string args, then window will be displayed. Press OK button. After pressing OK button, you will see over here it will be displaying as factorial of 5 is 120. Since we have initialized already n equals to 5, so it is printing the answer over here. Factorial of 5 is 120. Hope you have understood this. Now the next program, our next program is, here also we are finding the factorial of a number, but there is a bit change in this, that is it receives the values, that is it is receiving the value from the main function, but it is not returning outcome to the main function. Let us see how it is doing. So since it is receiving the value, that means we are entering the value. So I am explaining you from the main function. Here in the main function we have taken the scanner statement. If we are taking scanner statement, remember we have to take the import statement also over here, because scanner class is stored in the import package, that is util package of Java. So we have taken over here import java.util.asterisk semicolon, and we here in the void main function we have taken scanner statement, when then we have entered the number using system.out.println. Remember children, scanner s should be in capital, system s should be in capital, otherwise it will give you the error. Then we have taken the nextInt function. With the help of nextInt function we are entering the value from the keyboard and storing in variable a. So after storing the value in variable a, we have created the object again. Object is created as class name, then object name equals to new class name, then parenthesis opening and closing, then semicolon. Then after that we are calling the function with the help of object, that is ob.fact, and we are passing. See, there is a change. In the earlier program the brackets are empty, as we have assigned the value over here only n equals to 5, but here we are passing the value. We are just moving the value as function is receiving the value. So when we are passing the value in the calling function, a value is giving, so it is function is receiving the value and storing in n. Suppose we have sent 5 from here, so it will receive in variable n 5 is stored, then again it will calculate the factorial in the same manner and it will print the factorial. After printing the factorial, it will again move back to the function from where it is called. So after that we have closed the void main function over here and class is closed over here. Earlier this function fact is closed over here. So hope you have understood this program. Now let us compile the program and see the outcome. Again on right clicking on this program, in the similar manner we have clicked on void main, and when we press OK button, see over here it is asking you to enter the number. So when it is asking you to enter a number, that means we are sending the values to the function. Okay, because firstly when you execute the program, main function is being called, as I have told you. So main function is called, scanner statement is executed, it is asked you to enter a number. So when we enter the number over here, let us see, suppose we have entered 4 over here. Okay, so this 4 value is going to be passed to the to the function, that is fact function, and there it calculates the factorial, and when you press the key, See, it is printing factorial of 4 is 24. So in this way your program will work. So we have seen two things, we have seen in this video two things, that is first one is in the three ways. First one is neither returning value nor receiving value from the caller function. Second one is it is passing the value to the function but not returning anything. And the third one is it is the program to find factorial of a number with the help of functions which receives value. Here you have to write of a number using functions. Sorry, it's not capital, it's written small. Using functions which receives value. See over here, which receive value and returning outcome to the caller. So here in this program we are receiving values also and returning the outcome also. So see the difference, children. Here you have written public. First of all, see void main. We will just discuss the working from the void main in order that you understand the program. So because execution starts from the main function only. So in the main function again we have used the scanner statement to enter the number. We have entered the number, we have created the object again in the similar manner. The difference is when we are calling the function, since function will return a value, so we are restoring in variable k over here. We have taken one more variable. I will explain you the working of this also. We have taken one variable, here it is storing the value. So how, let's see the working of this. So suppose we have entered value 5 over here, so this it will store in a, and when we call the function, this is function calling statement. So when we call the function, it moves to the function where function definition is written, and in the function definition, just see the cursor here in int n. In the function definition, it stored the value in variable n. After storing the value in variable n, it will calculate the factorial of it. And see, there is a bit change here. In the earlier programs we are printing the value over here, but now it is returning the value. So a data type is also changed over here of the function data type. Earlier it is void. When you just see the video, just see the previous example, so there is void written, but here since we are returning with the value, we have written int over here. Suppose double type value is being returned, f is of double type, then we will write the double data type. Whatever type of value is being returned, that data type is being mentioned over here. So since we are returning integer type value, so int is written over here. So it returns the value of f, that is 120. As soon as the value will pass over here from where it is called, function is called, it will store the value in the variable k. So after storing the value 120 in variable k, it will print factorial of 5 is 120. Let's see. And then our brackets are closed, that is two parentheses are closed, that is of one is of void main and the other one is of class. Let's compile the program and see the outcome. So the program is compiled now. When we right click on, in the similar manner, we press right click button on it, we press OK button. As soon as you press OK button, you will see the window displaying enter a number. So suppose we have entered the number 5 over here again. So it will print factorial of 5 is 120. Sorry. So children, you are watching that all the three are giving you the same outcome, but the way the program is executing is different. In there are three ways. Go through it. Hope you have understood these, and just practice this program on your at your homes.